Hey, Austin French is pulling in right now. He knows he's coming here to talk to Joy FM about our 20th birthday. What he doesn't know is that every time he says 20, we're just going to give him a piece of candy. And so let's see how this plays out. Joy FM is celebrating 20 years, and we are celebrating by coming to Nashville and talking to 20 of our friends. And this is my friend, Austin French.
Hey.
Hey, Austin, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. It's good to see you guys.
This is the first time we've seen you in kind of like your turf.
Yeah, welcome to town. This is crazy. Usually I'm in your turf, and I love St. Louis, but yeah, this is a little closer to my fam, you know?
You've been spending quite a bit more time at home.
Whew, yes, we have.
How would you, if you were going to write a song about the last year,
oh man,
what are some of the words? What's the title? What's a verse? What's it been?
One of the highlights of my 2020 is I potty trained our 3-year-old. So I got to be in the trenches and potty. Oh, thank you so much for that. You know, appreciate that. And she potty trained our oldest, so I got to potty train our 3-year-old. So if I could come up with a couple of words, there's a couple of memories. Puddles on the stairs, that would be one. You know, not making it to the bathroom, sleepless nights, sleeping on the floor, you know, just the whole shebang of being a full-time dad, you know, that I don't normally get to be. So yeah, you can imagine the Play-Doh and crayons and, you know, pee down the stairs, not making it to the bathroom. So.
How has your family adjusted to you being home more this last year?
My wife cannot wait for me to tour again.
Are you
no,
serious?
No, I'm kidding, no.
It had to be an adjustment though, seriously.
It was, yeah. I mean, being gone so long, you can kind of get in this rhythm of, all right, I'm gone 3 or 4 days a week and then I'm home. And so now it's nice because I get to be the husband I don't normally get to be. A lot of date nights and a lot of just sweet memories. So I don't know. I don't know if I would trade 2020 for me. Just it was a moment to realize there's certain things that I could say no to. You know. Thank you again. Wow, this is amazing. I'm just gonna take all these. And yeah, that would be what 2020 was for me. Just kind of a lot of family time. I wouldn't trade it. Yeah, please. Oh, I get it. I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting it. Let me just make sure I'm getting it. 2020. Yes. Yes. These are my favorite M&Ms.
No.
Yeah, favorite M&Ms. So I really love 2020. I don't know if I would. Thank you so much. You just keep them coming. Yep, this is great. I'll hold off for a minute. You know?
So that's awesome. You're quick.
Oh, I caught it.
Yeah.
And I'll use it again, for sure. I mean, this is enough for me, but not my children. Yeah, so I got to take some back.
You got to think about your family.
That's right. Absolutely. That's what 2020 was all about.
How old?
Yes, thank you so much.
So, how old were you when you got married?
I was 20 years old. Wow. Sorry about that one. I'll just take this one. And this one. All right. Here we go.
Were you 20?
Yeah, my wife was 19. We were super young, and I don't know why our parents let us get married, but they did. And I was a worship pastor at a church, and my wife was still in college. And I was like, as soon as I met her, I was like, I'm going to marry this chick.
You knew right away?
Oh, I knew. It took her a lot more convincing. But yeah, we got married super young.
You have 3 kids now.
3 kiddos. 5, 3, and 1.
When you were 20, did you ever look ahead to your life now and see what you're living now?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Honestly,
What did you hope when you were 20?
Well, I was hoping I'd have a job. I hoped I'd have a family. We had a 5-year plan to start having kids. And I'm
wait 5 and then start having kids?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I'm about to turn 27 and we have 3 kids. So we didn't quite keep to that plan. And yeah, I saw myself being a worship pastor at one church for the rest of my life. And so did my wife. Like, that's when we got engaged. That was the plan. And I did a TV show in the midst of our engagement, and that's what really changed everything for us, was a music show. And I got a call on April Fool's Day, of all days, to be a part of. And it came out of left field, and so we just kind of jumped into it. And it opened up this world that we had no idea was even possible. I grew up in a small town in Georgia. Never dreamed I would be a radio artist, touring the world telling people about Jesus. I just thought I'd be, discipling kids and helping out with the youth group and, pouring coffee and everything that worship pastors do on Sundays, leading teams. So.
And now you're on TikTok.
There you go,
Who
TikTok,
knew?
doing dances,
We've seen some of your moves.
I've tried.
Your family, and a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
Who drives that? You, your wife, your kids? Like,
that would be my wife. Yeah,
I
would be my
wondered.
wife. I am not a TikTok guy, but my wife's like, you need to be a TikTok guy. So we had a lot of time on our hands during quarantine. So she's like, there's so many cool dances. I'm like, great. If this is what you need for your sanity, I'm in for it.
That's awesome. So she brings an idea, you say yes to every one of them?
Pretty much. There's some that I will not do, like there's a couple outfit swaps that I was not
You're
about.
Like,
but
no.
We did one outfit swap with me and my 5-year-old, and it was him in a pirate costume.
I saw that.
And that was the one I agreed to, but most of them I've shut down, actually.
You did the dinosaur thing.
Yeah, the dinosaur was fun. We're a goofy family, so I'm down for anything goofy.
You have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. So next 20, what do you?
Who knows? I think hopefully I'm still doing this, still getting to share Jesus with people, and who knows? Maybe it's in different ways through different avenues of not just music and songwriting, but maybe doing missions. And one thing that I literally just launched this year, it literally just happened last weekend. I launched a coffee trailer with a friend of mine in South Florida, and we're getting our beans through a mission organization that fights human trafficking, and so every cup of coffee goes to fight human trafficking.
That's cool.
And there's a 2020. I'll take one of these. It's the year of creativity, really, for me. And so I've realized that I don't just have to be Austin French on the road. And I used to think that checked the box of loving my neighbor. My neighbor was whoever I was with that night, right? In St. Louis or wherever. But I've really gotten to focus more on my actual neighbor because I've gotten to know them more. So 20 years from now, I pray I know my neighbors a lot better. I pray that I've served my neighbor better. And I pray that I've not just let music be the missional thing that I do, but my lifestyle every way, business, friends, family, church, everything would be more focused and hopefully more on mission and target. And this year's taught me that I can't just be a musician. I have to remember that I'm a missionary everywhere I go and everything I do.
Whether you're writing a book, whether you're coming out with music, coffee line, fighting human trafficking. There's a missionality to your life, it seems, right?
Absolutely. I don't want to, 20 years from now, look back and say, okay, I was a successful musician. I want 20 years from now to say my kids know Jesus, and they know what it looks like to serve Jesus, and they know what it looks like to live a life that isn't just about yourself, but it's branching out and changing the world around you. So that's my goal in everything I do.
One last question for someone who's listening right now. I've heard your story and read your book, and so there was a young Austin French who was in the church, right? And by all accounts, Christian, because, right?
Yeah, from the outside,
right?
for sure.
And then there was something that then brought this missionality to your life. And what would you say to somebody who's struggling to know where they're standing with God is, or struggling to know their purpose or their mission, and they kind of want that light switch moment to go, okay, now I know. Absolutely.
For me, and I hit on this in my book too, but I judge Jesus on the people around me, and it's so easy for us to let our faith be carried by other people, and so a lot of times when people find themselves in this place of, I don't know what I'm going to do or what God wants me to do. But really, I think what we're saying is, I don't know what they want me to do, or what my dad wants me to do, or what my mom wants me, or my pastor wants me to do. And I think when we don't own our own faith, it's just like my wife. I don't have to worry about her opinion ever coming through clearly for me, because she's going to tell me, because she loves me, and we have conversations. And sometimes those opinions aren't what I want to hear, or it doesn't feel good to hear them, but it is what I need. And so if we really trust God as a good father that speaks to his kids, leads his children, and takes care of us like his own, then we don't have to wait and say, okay, God, like I have to guess at what I'm supposed to do. I think a lot of that comes from, well, what is going to make other people happy for what I do? And sometimes that's letting other people own your faith. So I would say to someone that is waiting for those answers is spend time with Jesus. Open up the Bible, not just reading it as a grab bag of great quotes that you can live by. Understand how it was written and why it was written and the God that we serve, because that God that we serve that's so amazing, he unveils himself. And there's not a lot of guessing game in it. If you actually spend time with him, he won't let you down. He will lead you. And maybe he'll give you some growing pains along the way, but he really does work for our good and for his glory. And I believe that. I've experienced that. And I think that young Austin, for me, has experienced that. And looking back now to an 8-year-old self of me, if I could go back and say anything, I would say that God will really use everything for the good of you and for his glory. Even the scars, even the bruises, even the hypocrisy that I experienced. God has given me those things to be a platform now, to be real with people and let people know that Jesus transforms people for real.
So good. Can you give just the hook of Wake Up Sleeper?
Absolutely.
Just something here?
Totally.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Well, this is one of my favorite new songs too. Favorite story in the Bible, Jesus interrupts a funeral. Man, I still feel like he's interrupting funerals today. And that's what this song's about. So here's a little bit of the chorus. Wake up, sleeper, open your eyes. Oh, sinner, arise, leave your past at the door. Wake up, sleeper, come to the light. Oh, Christ is alive, death don't live here anymore. Yeah.
So
2020.